Yeah, it's funny. Most of us have been told to try to be better people than we actually think God is.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
I was, and that was always like, I just use words because that's what people have a framework for. But every time, there's some things where I'll be like, dang, the atheists were right about this part. And
Yeah.
that's one of them. They were like, "Your God, like, why are people nicer than your God?" And then it's like, "Well, I didn't write the book. I'm just following the rules. His ways are higher
Right.
than mine."
Oh, that's a good one.
How do you define good?
Yeah.
And then all this debate stuff. It's like, oh man, they were right. It's just all garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yep. I went through a really long time where, and we all do the stages and phases and things, and it's all beautiful because we're grown. We're just progressing with God. You
yeah,
know, it's okay. But I went through early on because that's what you're taught to try to rationalize with people, to try to speak the truth, brother. And to try to intellectualize this thing. And
yeah,
that's a habit that God really has to help you get out of.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like even knowing how the Lord does things and how the characters love, and if you got to experience enough of no strings attached, you didn't just deserve, not that it was ever about deserving, but it needs to be clear that, oh wow, God just did something in me and spoke to me and did something, and I wasn't paying attention, like I wasn't even seeking anything. I was just,
yeah,
God's that good, to be able to
yeah,
understand them. Like even where did your believing, or where did your repentance, or where did your faith come from? Where did it come from? At some point, I think it's easy to forget this. God interacted with you. God
yeah,
has been always interacting with you. Um, and it's always better than we think. It's better than I think. You know. But I had this gal one time. This was like last year, so I should know better by now. On Facebook interaction, this gal's
yeah.
like a stranger. She's one of those gals. I don't know why people fight the healing thing. I can't fathom it. Like even when
Like,
I was a total, yeah, like even when I was pooping in my pants, just barely off the boat with the Lord, just barely believing. Like I still believe. Like yeah, well that's Jesus. you know.
yeah,
But so she was just combating me on Facebook with all of these things and beliefs and things, just a big paragraph. And so I progressed. I proceeded to just turn around and type out. I was just, just ah, and it's just, not meanly, but I'm gonna just, this is the truth, lady, and I'm gonna lay it out straight for you. And the Lord just
yeah.
spoke to my heart. He's like, what you doing, son?
What are you doing? You don't even feel good while you're typing this. You feel angry.
You're angry. And God's like, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm gonna set her straight on some things. And the Lord's like, laughing though. Every time God corrects me, God's laughing. Like he's
Yeah,
not in a bad mood ever, even if I need
yeah,
a stern ass correction. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
and and he said, well, son, you didn't even ask me what I see and think about my daughter. Oh, and it just like, oh, I totally didn't, and you're totally right again. So I erased all that mumbo jumbo that I typed out,
Yeah,
as good as it was. And
it was really
and
good. I believe
it
it
was
was.
really good.
If it came from you, it's probably really, really good. It was probably right.
Oh, it was so right, bro, but it was so not right. And so instantly I was like, okay, Lord, like, what do you want to say? Like, what do you see about your daughter? I'm sorry, Dad. Let's do this thing together. And
Yeah,
instantly I saw a picture of a book, saw the front of the book, saw the title of the book, saw her reading it. And then the Lord said, "Tell my daughter." It was like a being Martha in no, being Mary in a Martha world or something like that. I saw the whole front page, like I could draw it for you. And the Lord said, "Tell my daughter that she is neither of those. She's unique. She's a unique facet of me. She's one with me. There's only one of her." And there was more, but I can't remember it. But I
yeah,
described the book to her, told her all the things the Lord said. So she took about an hour and a half to get back to me, and then she's like, takes a picture of her holding that exact same book, the same title, the same picture,
Yeah.
and she's been trying to figure out who she is with God.
Yeah.
And since that point, she's been like one of my strong supporters, dude. all in for the miracles and all in for the things. It's just like, well, what happened? The Lord just tweaked her and showed off another facet of his kindness, another level to her that she wasn't aware of.
Yeah. And you could have just sent that awesome paragraph and then she could have never been none the wiser and you guys could have just kept going the same.
And I could have felt justified fully in doing that.